not incredibly functional, but it's not isolating purely one muscle group. You're working your glutes, hamstrings, and quads on it. You're actually getting some good, actually, core activation as well if you're doing it correctly. But yeah, I would say 2 hates, 1 love.
Okay, man. I don't think I've ever asked you that question. What's your favorite machine you would show people, and the one you just hate? You love.
So I love a hack squat.
Yeah, hack squat.
Hack squat is great. I also love the isolateral chest press and back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Those would probably be my 2 favorites because there's so many different things that you can do with them. So that it's not just one machine where you're working one muscle group.
Yeah.
Least favorite, definitely back extension machine.
Oh God, it's so stupid.
Or ab crunch machine. Ab crunch machine.
That's the one I loathe. I loathe the ab crunch machine.
So I remember one of our old trainers that we had on staff. So he did this exercise with us in one of our team meetings where he took an old credit card that he had and he kept bending it over and over and over again, kind of like you would a crunch with your spine. And he just kept going and going and going for like a minute. And at the end of it, you take a look at the credit card and it's just completely curved. Right. So that's exactly what you're doing to your spine when you're doing those crunch exercises. And people don't realize that. They just think, oh, if I want to lose the fat in my stomach, I just need to do crunches all the time.
Absolutely.
Yes. That's another one of my pet peeves is when so many clients or just members in general want to work core and they just think crunches. I'm like,
Yeah.
Your core is not just your abs, right?
We have that debate every now and again is because we're always talking about like, what kind of new machines can we get? Which ones we change out? Which ones can we, cycle through? And that's the one that I always, when I'm ever asked, hey, is there a machine that you want to get rid of? I was like, the ab crunch.
Yeah.
And Blake's always like, dude, like our members won't like it. They get on it so much. It's like, I would rather enhance our members' experience by preventing any issues with it.
Explaining to them why we got rid of it. So we got rid of it at a couple other clubs and it was a shit show. People were pissed, but we just explained to them the why, and showed them a couple other exercises that are so much better for your spine that work way more than just like your upper or lower abs.
Yeah. So that's something that don't get me wrong. I love all our machines. Great. Yeah. I'm right there with you. I love the functional training. Like, hey, I want to get really strong. What do I do? Spend your time in the free weights or in the purple turf. But when people ask me like, hey, should I do this core exercise on the ab crunch machine? I was like, no, absolutely not. They're like, why? Why do you have it here? I was like, I don't know why we have it here, but let me show you some things that are going to be so much more beneficial to you.
I don't know why we have it here.
I don't know.
I don't
make the
pick
rules
these out.
But let me show you something that can actually make you strong.
Yeah.
And, 9 times out of 10, they do those exercises because I just back it up with what we said. Hey, do you have back issues? Yes. Don't do that machine.
Right. That's going to make it worse.
I say that all the time. Don't look at this machine. Absolutely not. Do these different exercises that are going to support your spine.
Yeah.
And they listen, which is awesome. But then you got those diehards. Do this every day.
Yeah.
Like,
and they do it really, really fast.
Yes, really
like
fast,
a rabbit.
really wrong. There's only so much we can do to help people without it becomes a point where
I
just don't
Some
know.
people don't want to listen.
They don't want to listen. But hey, if we need to take that machine out of it so they can listen, I'd be okay with that. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so something we always like to do with all of our guests is Would You Rather? So,
yeah. All right.
Amanda, lead us off.
All right, Mike.
I don't know if I should be excited or nervous.
So do you know how Would You Rather works?
I do.
Okay. Do you know that you only get like 5 seconds to answer the question?
To answer.
Jesus. Okay.
All right. So the first one's easy. I'm going to take it easy on you. Okay. Would you only eat chicken and broccoli for 1 month straight or not be allowed to eat pizza for 1 year?
Chicken and broccoli, for sure.
Okay.
I have pizza. That's like
Pizza's your fave?
That's why my one cheat meal every week is pizza.
That's a good choice.
600 degrees.
I was about to ask.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh, okay, so when you're going to 600 degrees, shout out 600 degrees. If you're looking to sponsor us, we would love for you to sponsor us.
Just give us your pizza.
Yes, absolutely. Give us some free pizza. We'll shout out you every week. So what do you normally get with your 600 degree pizza? Like which one do you go for?
Honestly, I switch it up every time.
Oh.
I can do anything on pizza.
Have you ever done the chef's choice?
I have not.
That's a
because
dangerous way
Oh,
to
that's
live.
a good one. That's
I-
a
It's hard to
good
live,
one.
yeah.
I haven't done it yet because I've been working my way down their menu.
Okay.
Just trying everything.
That's fair.
So far, my favorite, I think, is the El Camino. I really
like the El Camino.
Yeah. Their Thai chili wings, though, I always get those. I never venture off of that.
I'm usually a pirate guy. That one's always.
Oh, that
it's
one's
just
good too.
Straight meat.
Yeah,
It's
it's
one of the
all
most
meat.
meaty
Okay.
pizza
Yeah.
ones because when I tried the chef's choice, again 600 degrees, great pizza. We love you. We all love you. The chef's choice, they ask you like, hey, what do you like? When you tell us something, we can go. And I looked at the waitress and I was like, meat. Just meat it up.
Would you rather do burpees for 2 hours straight or lift heavy weights for 30 minutes while you have raging diarrhea?
Ooh, raging diarrhea for sure.
Ooh, okay. So you're pretty confident with your glute clenching.
Honestly, I would just let it flow.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Get it over with.
I've done, well, not
30 minutes
specifically-
is kind of a long time to have raging diarrhea, though.
It
Eventually
is,
you
but
gotta run
honestly,
out.
exactly. Like, after I feel like 10, 15 minutes, like, it's probably just going to be, like, light drips after that. Like,
Oh, God.
I mean, there's no way. Like, depending on how much you ate that day, there's no way it could go on that long.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, it's good to know. Good to know on that side of things.
Mike, do you have any like funny stories for us of things you've seen in the gym or
I have a couple interesting ones.
okay.
One's a little bit more recent,
Okay.
like finding liquor bottles
Oh,
in
yeah.
the trash
yikes.
can.
Yeah, like wine bottles. Like a
So,
lot of them.
2 wine bottles and a tequila bottle. All
Oh, I didn't
empty.
see the tequila bottle.
It made no sense.
I kind of just like block these things out at this point. It's just like so normal.
Yeah, it's
I
just
would
like,
say it's pretty normal. I mean, Mike, you've never been to Marble Falls.
No-
Marble
Well,
Falls,
I have, yes.
you've been to Marble Falls, so like that for us is there's beer cans in our parking lots and right outside the front door every single weekend. So we don't know who's drinking here.
I lived in Corpus for 5 years though, so it's very
Yeah.
different than Georgetown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Georgetown is a little different than these two areas, but yeah, no.
Yeah, but this is in Georgetown. Like we randomly just started finding empty bottles of
It was 2 separate occasions.
Yeah.
which was really weird. But yeah, like that, and then like I mean, you always love seeing just like average looking dudes wearing jeans and flip flops go straight to the elliptical.
Oh man,
It's
Wow.
like
I
I love that.
it's not just flip-flops, but I have had people come in for their fitness consultations in cowboy boots, jeans, cowboy hat, ready to go for their workout.
Oof.
Yeah.
Nice.
I haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah.
Usually I emphasize when I talk to them the day before, we will be working out. Wear something
Yeah.
gym attire.
I mean, I do too, and that's
'Cause
what they come in.
It only takes a few times for.
Trav,
It's
that's
usually the
what
old
they
people,
think. That's
the
what
old
they think
folk.
they should work out in.
Shout out old folks, I love you. Sun City, if you want to sponsor us, we are looking for sponsors. So yeah, but hey, some people. I mean, like I said, some of our older
City, the whole city.
older folks. I mean, they work out in their jeans. I mean, it just
Oh,
goes
yeah,
back to
all the time.
at the end of the day, something
It's better than
is
nothing.
always better than nothing. Even if you're just coming in here and walking. If you want to use your
Sure.
jeans, I don't care. I mean,
Is your
we're going to be
gym-
doing squats and we're going ass to the grass. So I mean, if you rip,
If you rip your jeans,
rip
if
your
you poop your
jeans-
pants, I'm gonna see it through
you
the rip
poop-
in your jeans.
if you poop your pants, then that's a good. With that being said,
So what's your other story, Mike?
I mean, it's just like other random things, just people projectile vomiting after FCs, like the consultations, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like nothing super crazy, just random funny things that kind of just make your day.
Just make your day.
Make your day.
I love seeing someone
I love
projectile
that.
vomit.
That's-
Like,
that's
there's-
the
Feels
norm.
really good when I
I
make
can-
someone do that.
Okay. So something we also like to do is, we like to stay pretty engaged with our social media, and people ask us questions all the time. So let's go ahead and go to some of the questions that we've had come up recently.
Yeah. So we always post on our Instagram and ask some of our followers on our personal page and on our Can I Get a Spot Instagram page. # Can I Get a Spot
Hashtag
Pod.
Can I Get a Spot Pod?
So since you love powerlifting, I thought this one would be good for you. Somebody asks, what is some advice to give for somebody who's just starting out trying to learn how to powerlift?
Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, you said that the other.
We talked about this when we talked to Jess.
That is very important. You also just if you're not utilizing coaching, anything like that, and if you don't have access to anybody like, me, Travis, or Amanda to ask questions on how to program, stuff like that, do your research. That will help tremendously on how to program for these. You don't want to just jump straight in and go straight into, the three major lifts, just doing squat, like back squat, bench press, deadlifts, stuff like that, right at the beginning. The biggest thing you want to do before you start, putting on big weight is making sure your form and technique is spotless.
Yeah, do it with some body weight or with some kettlebells first or light dumbbells.
Exactly. Like you want to make sure essentially you're doing everything perfectly to where once you do transition to barbell work and get into the heavy lifting and getting into that type of programming, it is so much easier because I can't tell you how many times I see people who want to get into powerlifting and they go straight into just barbell work, like seeing half reps on squats, seeing just rounded backs on deadlifts, like just forming like these little tweaks in the form and technique that need to be fixed. And if they aren't, you're just not going to reach your true potential, and the risk of injury is just high, stuff like that, because that's where the ego lifting gets involved. Yes, powerlifting is all about lifting heavy weight. It's all about the short, quick bursts of energy. But if you don't have correct form and technique and you're going up in weight, that's when those injuries happen. And that's when, honestly, if you want to get into actual competitions, you're not going to pass anything.
How much protein should I be getting in my diet if I'm trying to build muscle? Was a big one. I've always kind of been
sorry.
I know I was gonna say rule of thumb,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
so 1 pound per body weight,
Yeah, that's
or
exactly what I was gonna say.
1 gram per
If
pound of
you-
body weight.
Yeah, if you don't have access to a body composition test or anything like that, or anybody who has knowledge about this, rule of thumb is definitely just about 1 gram or 1.5 grams of body weight.
So our next segment of Motivational Minute, I actually have a couple different questions to ask Mike here. So I'm kind of wanting to ask you in regards to music that motivates you. So if you are, just not feeling very motivated to get into the gym, what's your song? What's your go-to song to get you hyped to get your workout in?
So I grew up early 2000s, grew up listening to, so it's nothing
Didn't
new.
everybody?
True. But so for me, it's very much anything that's like early 2000s punk rock, just because.
Oh, I was about to say like Backstreet Boys.
No, I was about to be like pop.
NSYNC,
Okay, yeah,
okay.
yeah, me too. I like
can down with
that.
that, okay.
Yeah. Okay, like who?
Oh, God. Just going between like All Time Low or like, this is going to sound cheesy, but like All American or oh my God, I'm having a brain fart.
All American Rejects.
Yeah, All American Rejects. Just like
Wow,
stuff like that,
okay.
like
Yeah.
early
like
Maroon
that.
5s, like
Oh yeah.
it's like because early Maroon 5 is very different than
Oh,
current.
I
Oh,
saw
yeah,
I saw
absolutely.
Maroon 5 in concert when they were an opening act.
That's
Isn't that crazy?
That's honestly like
They were so good.
their
then.
best album
Yeah.
is Songs About Jane. After that, it kind of but like just there anything in that genre from that time period,
Yeah.
it instantly gets me singing, and like I get the nostalgia kind of like goosebumps, and I'm
Yeah.
like, let's go.
Yeah.
So like Nickelback too.
Evanescence does that for me.
Evanescence,
Right?
yes, that's another one.
Right? Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
anything that's like early 2000s rock, it just gets me going. And if like I'm not in the mood to work out, if I just listen to that, I'm just like, okay, I'm jazzed. I'm woken up because I'm just singing along to all this. I need to go run through a wall.
I like it. That's awesome. That's very motivational.
Yeah. But if I were to pick one song, it would be "Last Resort" by Papa Roach.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's
That
yeah.
one,
That's a
it's
good
like
song.
that brings me back to like middle school.
Oh my God.
Like it's just like
I think it brings a lot of people back to middle school.
Not me, because I was in high
That was
school
like,
when I came out, or maybe
Yeah, I was
college.
about to say college, graduate school.
Yeah, I didn't go to grad school, so no. Drinking days.
Okay, so that was half of the motivational.
Yeah.